race fans. Sorry for the brief 2-week hiatus, but we are finally back in the NASCAR SEGA Cup, getting ready for the Blue-Emu 500 live at Martinsville Speedway. Live from the paperclip, these drivers are going to be racing here for 50 laps as we are getting ready to get back racing here on YouTube. Now the big story here, our points leader James Silverfox announced his retirement from the NR community, but we do have a replacement for him. Now in the 82, we have Dollerton finally making his SEGA Cup Series debut here. Now, he was the second fastest in final practice, but he is going to start this race back from the 10th position in the number 82. But his teammate, he is going to have some work to do as he's going to start this race from the 41st position. And on the pole here for this race, we're going to have Cody Lamas in the 11. Most people say that they didn't want Martinsville on their schedule because it's going to be a snooze fest, but I have faith in this race. As Cody, he is going to start this race from the pole, and right beside him is going to be Zachary Fitzwater in the 4. What kind of racing will we see here? I don't know, but we're just mere seconds away from those famous words in motorsports.
Drivers, start your engines!
Just like when we talked about the transporter. At the end of pit road, the last pit box is a timing line. So the last white line on pit exit is the line. Big thumbs up, my friend. Have a good time.
And as the drivers are rolling down the front straightaway, here is your starter lineup for the Blue-Emu 500. Pace car already making its way down pit road. We're about to get here underway here at Martinsville for the Blue-Emu 500. We're going to be racing here for 50 laps, and hopefully this race won't be too much of a snooze fest as normal short track racing normally is in our 2003. But I have faith in this race as the green flag is now out here at Martinsville. And oh man, these guys are already not wasting any time. And the caution is already out. I heard tires screeching. And oh man, all I asked for was not for this race to become a wreck fest. It looks like that it already happened. It looks like someone didn't get going. And oh man, they're still wrecking a little bit. There's some left side damage to Kyle Matthews. And oh man, there's still some chaos going on here. And it looks like, let's see, there's James McLeod, there's Brayson Mitchell, and oh man, there's Alex Ferranti. He's already up in smoke. Oh man. Wow, coming from winning last week in one of the heat races in Bristol Dirt to already coming up in smoke, and there's a little bit of front end damage to the 23 of Brandon Crasta. Oh man, Alex Ferranti is an unfortunate casualty here. There's some right side damage to the 70 of James Qualls. But this is not how Alex Ferranti wanted to already start his race week, or lack thereof, I should say. But oh man, we're going to have to go to the replays to see what happened, as we already see Simon Oscon as well coming down pit road. here's having to already bring out our first caution. This was right at the very start. Just coming out of turn 4, it looks like Jessica Shelton gets turned by the 88 of Stephen Colin, and Shelton bounces off the inside wall, and then she tries to come back onto the field, but unfortunately she gets hit by the number 40 of Christina Bell running the Crash Bandicoot 4 It's About Time livery on her number 40, as she spins out right in front of Kyle Matthews. But it doesn't end there. We have to find Alex Franti and see what happened to him. There he is. He's right there as we see the pace car just coming up right in front of the field. And oh man, he actually got hit by the 42, and the 42 spins out in front of the 42 spins out in front at the field. And at this point, the 9, he's already up in smoke. I'm trying to see if there was some contact that actually got him to smoke. And right there, it looks like it was the contact from William Brock that actually got the 9 smoking. And to add insult to injury, Ferranti gets spun out by the 83 of Dougie Shears. I mean, at this point, Ferranti's day is pretty much already done, and there's Brendan Crasta coming into the view, and that's how he got his front end damage. Wow, this happened right in front of Steven Gonzalez, and Brayson Mitchell actually hits the back of the 28. Poteet somehow misses all of this as he goes to the outside. There's some insane rear damage to the back of the 28 there. Oh man, Martinsville is already off to a chaotic start. Now here we are back at Martinsville. We're going to restart on lap number 8, and the only driver to retire out of this race is Alex Ferranti, and Brandon Crasta is 2 laps down. Now James Qualls, he got caught up in the confusion and got stuck behind the pace car, but he's actually running in 40th place. Our leader right now is Cody Lama. 2nd is Zachary Fitzwater. 3rd is Nathan Orman. 4th is Dylan Young. 5th, Michael Norman. 6th is Cole Deaver. 7th is Danny Wells. 8th, Nathan Hudson. 9th, Jonathan Zorland. And rounding out the top 10 is Chris Dollerton. As we're about to get back here underway at Martinsville, the green flag is back out. And oh man, these lap traffics, this lap traffic is really going to open the door for Nathan Orman if he can try to do what he can to get up there. Right now he's using Brendan Crasta to try to take away 2nd place from Zachary Fitzwater, and it is indeed working. But now he just forced a 3 wide situation for 3rd place, and that's going to give it to Dylan Young in the orange deuce, running the Auto Trader colors here. But Zachary Fitzwater, he's not going to take that line down, and he is all over the back bumper of Dylan Young. He did not want to lose that. And oh man, Brandon Crasta just got turned. Oh man, I believe he just got turned by Nathan Hudson in the 6th. And oh man, there's a car stopped. And oh man, there's a car stopped at the exit of turn 2. And I believe that was Joshua Mudd. Oh man. No man, that was Joshua Mudd as he, oh man, I don't know what happened to the 5. But the caution is back out, and I do believe that this is Qualls' chance to get back at the tail end of the field. I don't know. Martinsville is just a complete calamity right now, as Cody Lamas is still the race leader. But we have to take a look and see what happened to Joshua Mudd, as he is sitting in his pit stall. So I don't know if something broke on the 5, and he just took his car back to the garage area. So he is done, as the leaders are coming down to take their pit stops. And it looks like that the 5 has indeed lost a header. So an engine problem for the 5 car, as he is the first driver to, well actually he's the 2nd driver to retire out of this race. So 2 cars out of the Hendrick Motorsports stable are now out of this race. as pit stops are going on right now. We're going to have to take a look and see what happened to Joshua Mudd and the 23 of Brandon Crasta. Well, here's the reason for Joshua Mudd stopping at the exit of turn 2. Just coming out of turn 4, the engine just goes up in smoke on the number 5 here, right in front of William Brock, and he almost got in contact with him, but luckily Joshua, like, he was able to stay, like, out of trouble on the high side, and he stopped deep in the inside of the track, and luckily he wasn't hit by anyone else. But this is the second driver out of the Hendrick Motorsports team to find trouble here. Both he and Alex Ferrante have taken their cars back to the garage area, and they are done for the day. But that wasn't actually what brought out our caution. This is what brought out our caution here. Going over to the 23 of Brandon Crasta now, just in time, coming out of turn 4. Like, Brandon Crasta, he got in contact with Cole Deaver right in front of Danny Wells, and that's what made him lose momentum. And actually, that didn't bring out our yellow flag. I guess Joshua Mudd's car, which actually came to a stop not too long after this happened, that may have been what actually brought out our yellow flag. And as you see right there, his car is stopped and the yellow flag is now out. So Joshua Mudd was actually the reason that the caution came out. He couldn't make it to pit road in time, so NASCAR had no choice but to throw the yellow there. Now, when Joshua Mudd stopped at the exit of turn 2, a lot of drivers checked up to hopefully avoid him. And I guess Cole Deaver, I guess something happened, and like he just suddenly locked up his wheels, and he ended up getting into the wall out of turn 1, and both he and Brandon Crasta get into it, and Danny Wells, unfortunately, he was an innocent victim in that, and that made him get a ton of front end damage on his Menards number 12. So I don't know if Wells is going to continue or what, but this is not how he wanted his day to happen here. So unfortunately, both he, Brandon Crasta, and Cole Deaver got into a bit of a scuffle there. Alright, here we are back at Martinsville, and well, Nelly, do we have a lot to uncover. We have a few drivers now lapped down, and we have Danny Wells now retired out of the race after that contact with the 23 and the 3. But anyway, our top 10, once we get back going, goes as follows. Cody Lamas, Dylan Young, Michael Norman, James Qualls now in 4th after he was 40th not too long ago. 5th is Nathan Orman, 6th is Mitchell Collins, 7th is Cole Daly, 8th Chris Dollerton, 9th it now is Jonathan Zorland. Running out the top 3, top 10 rather, is the 3 of Cole Deaver. Once we get back underway here, as the green flag is now back out here at Martinsville, and these drivers are going to be looking to try to get their laps back. As Dylan Young, oh man, he is coming in contact with Matt McIntyre. Oh man, I wonder what that is all about. But these guys, they're going to have to contend with a lot of lap drivers. But Cody Lamas, he's not complaining about this, as right now he is on the high side of William Brock. But well, and oh man, Chris Dollerton, he just got spun around further back. Oh man, he just got taken out as the caution is now back out, and that's gonna give Stephen Colin his lap back in the number 88, winner of one of the Bristol heat races last week. And oh man, here we go again with the drivers trying to figure out what's gonna happen here. And oh man, there's a driver up in smoke. I believe that's Steven in the 28. Yes, it is. Oh man, Gonzalez's day goes up in smoke in the number 28 as we have more drivers now coming down pit road. Oh man, we're gonna have to take a look and see what happened to the 28 as well as the 82. Well, here's what happened to Chris Dollerton. I thought he got taken out by someone, but just coming out of turn 2, I guess he tried to make a move on the 28 receiving Gonzalez, and he got loose and just lost it. He spins out right in front of Cole Daly, and he hits the safer barrier coming out of turn 2, and that's what happened there to the 82. Now I need to see how the 28 got up in smoke. As we see Gonzalez, he was working on the inside of Kyle Matthews. I believe that was for position. And I'm trying to see what happened to the 28. Oh, I think his engine just expired on him. I'm trying to see right now, right there, he just goes into turn 1, and yep, there it goes. The engine just expired on the 28. Maybe he just had too much damage on the back of his car, and I guess that was too much on the engine. I don't know. Just most of these things in the NR 2003, you just don't question it, and his engine just blew. So that's real unfortunate for Steven Gonzalez there, and I do think he's up there in the points. That's the last thing he needs. And oh man, further back, there was some damage to some of the leaders there. Brandon Crasta actually got turned by Zachary Fitzwater. Oh man, all of the Stewart-Haas cars were up here. Brandon Crasta actually he got loose as well. He just turns out right in front of RJ Bishop, and it just started a chain reaction there. And oh man, there's a little bit of contact between teammates, Sky Commons and Alex Drayton there in the 14 and the 10. Oh man, I don't know what's going on here at Martinsville, but Martinsville is not taking any prisoners here. Let's head back to live action. Hopefully we'll get this chaos sorted. And here we are back at Martinsville, and the chaos does indeed continue. Now, we have a lot of drivers like actually in front of our race leader, who is now Nathan Hudson in the 6th. Second now is Allison Rain. Third is Aaron Macklin. Fourth now is Zachary Fitzwater. Fifth is Joshua Osborne. Sixth now is Charles Sanford. Seventh is Sky Commons. Eighth, Alex Drayton. Ninth is Nathan Orman. Rounding out the top 10 is, in fact, Mitchell Collins. As we are now underway back at Martinsville, and I don't even know what's going on right now, as our leaders right now is Nathan Hudson right here in the 6th, and these drivers who are now in front, they're at the tail end of the field, and a lot of chaos is ensuing as we're actually having a battle for the lead, and the caution is already back out. But Nathan Hudson, he's going to hang on to that lead, and hopefully these drivers will finally get back to the rear of the field as we see the pace car now moving. And I'm trying to see where the pace car is going to go. I don't even know what the caution is even out for. And I do believe that this will finally fix the field. And yes, it has. And these drivers, they're finally going to go back to the rear of the field as we're now passing the halfway point. So it's good that the caution did come out. So hopefully we'll finally get some order reinstated back at Martinsville. And I don't even know what the caution even came out for, as we now see Cody Lamas now leaving pit road, who now sits in the 24th position. But it's a good thing that that caution did come out. I don't even know what the caution even came out for. So let's head to the replays and figure out what finally happened here, as order will now be reinstated here. Well, here's having to bring out this caution, and they almost went 4 wide at Martinsville. That was a big no-no there. James Qualls and Ryan Acosta almost came in contact, but that allowed Ryan Acosta to get turned by the 24 of Seth Cole. And that happened right in front of Cody Lamas. But luckily, like Cody, he was able to get down on the brakes. And he actually did come in contact with the 78 just a little bit, but I don't think it was anything too serious done to the 11 as Acosta turns his 78 back around to get back going. Now, Martinsville so far has been a giant calamity, but luckily this caution actually fixed up the field because it was just a jumbled mess after pit stops. And the pace car luckily caught the leaders back, so hopefully the field will be back to the way it was originally. So let's get back underway. And here we are back at Martinsville with a little bit of order restored here as we're about to get back underway. The only drivers to retire out of this race from that accident was Ryan Acosta. So unfortunately he can't continue. But anyway, our leader is Nathan Hudson. Second is Allison Rain. Third is Aaron Macklin. Fourth, Zachary Fitzwater. Fifth now is Joshua Osborne. Sixth, Charles Sanford. Seventh is Sky Commons. Eighth, Nathan Ormond. Ninth, Alex Drayton. And running out the top 10 is Jonathan Zorlin. As we're about to get here underway, Brandon Crasta right now is a lap down, as well as the 88 of Stephen Colin. And Brayson Mitchell, I believe, is 2 laps down. And Nathan Hudson with a rocket restart off that line. He is going to run away with that lead, and we're still going green. And oh man, they're making it 3 wide for second place. And that is not a good idea, but Allison Rain, she's going to pull away with that second place. Third now, oh man, Aaron Macklin, he is just caught up in a hornet's nest for third place. And he's trying to do what he can to get around these lap machines. And oh man, Aaron Macklin, he is just caught up like deeply in that hornet's nest for third now, as fourth place is now taken up by Sky Commons here in the 10. Excuse me there. And oh man, there was a brief crossover move by Aaron Macklin as he will come down pit road. And oh man, and it looks like Nathan Hudson also came down pit road. That's going to give the lead over to Allison Rain. We're still going green here as Allison Rain's trying to run with that lead for as long as she can. Excuse me. As we now see Charles Sanford now taking away second place here. Our winner from Rockingham, he's looking to try to go for 2 in a row here. If he has anything to say about it here, as we see a few drivers coming down pit road. This might be strategy, as Zachary Fitzwater, he hangs on to the third place now. Now we see Alex Drayton, he now takes over the 4th position. Now Jonathan Zorlin takes over 5th now. 6th now is Sky Commons. 7th now is Mitchell Collins. 8th now is, excuse me, I don't know what's going on with my voice, but 8th now is Joshua Osborne. 9th is Dylan Young. Running out the top 10 is Cole Dalley with a little bit of right side damage here to that number 18, running the Snickers Peanut Brownie scheme on his number 18. As we head back to the front, things seem to have calmed down lately as Allison Rain continues to hang on to that lead in her number 7, trying to represent for Spire Motorsports here today. But the laps are indeed winding down as we have the lap machines. And oh man, the caution is back out. The caution is indeed back out, and I'm trying to see who was involved. It might have been RJ Bishop at the 17, I'm not sure. And oh man, there's a little bit of contact between Dylan Poteet and Simon Oscon, and there's a little bit of damage to Kyle Matthews, says 77. So it may have been the 77, I don't know. But the pace car has caught Allison Rain, and she's still the race leader. And second now is Zachary Fitzwater, who actually started this race second, but he's got some rear damage to the back of that number 4. So we're going to have to take a look and see what actually happened to bring out this caution now, as Allison Rain is still the race leader, but she's coming down pit road. And that's actually going to give the lead over to Zachary Fitzwater in the 4. So I don't know if this is strategy for the number 7, but we're going to have to go to the replays and see what's going to happen. We're just having to bring out this caution. Apparently there was a little bit of contact between James McLeod and William Brock. And right there, as you can see at the exit of turn 2, Brock just gives James McLeod just a little tap, and that was enough to spin him out. Right in front of the leaders there, as you see that Nathan Hudson literally just went to the outside, and since McLeod was so slow, that was enough to bring out the caution. You don't see the yellow lights flashing, but they are. But it doesn't end there. There was a lot more that happened. As I was trying to actually find it, but there was a bit more that happened. Just before I went to the replays, I saw that there was actually some problems between the 34, the 4, and the 14. And I'm trying to bring it. I'm trying to see what happened. I was trying to see, like, while I was going through the replay, some more stuff happened, and I'm actually trying to play this in real time. Further back, you see a little bit of contact between Simon Oscon and Dylan Poteet. But that wasn't what I was seeing. Like, I'm trying to see, like, what happened between the 34. See right here that they're taking their pit stops already, and I'm trying to see. It was just gas and go for the 34, but something else happened. I'm trying to find out where it happened. Right there, they're just waiting for the field to pass by. Oh! Oh no, Alex! Oh no, that's what happened. As they were leaving pit road there, Alex Drayton, oh man, he hits. Oh, wow. He actually hits the inside wall there. And unfortunately, wow, Charles Sanford was right behind the 14. And that's, oh, man. So that's what happened. Absolutely nowhere to go. And it just causes a bunch of drivers to get bunched up there. And Charles Sanford was an unfortunate victim. These guys were actually in the top 5 when this happened. Oh man, there's a lot of damage to Kyle Matthews. There's a lot of damage to Christina Bell. Oh man, that is not what needed to happen in the closing stages of this race. Now here we are back at Martinsville. I don't know exactly where we're going to restart, but there is a lot to go over. And I want to make sure that I have enough time to speak my mind. I'm trying to see if the lights on the pace car go off, and they are going to go off. So we're going to restart on lap 42 out of 50. And we have a lot of drivers who now retire out of the race. They are Kyle Matthews, Christina Bell, Dougie Shears, Alex Drayton, and Charles Sanford. And we have a few drivers who are lapped down, who are in the top 10 right now, but they're not going to go to the side because we're under 10 laps to go. But our leader, once we get back underway, is going to be Zachary Fitzwater. Second is going to be Jonathan Zorland. Third is Mitchell Collins. Fourth is teammate Dylan Young. Fifth is Cole Daly. Sixth now is James Qualls. Seventh is Cole Deaver. Eighth now is Nathan Orman. Ninth through all this is Jake Rogers, and running out the top 10 is going to be Levi McIntyre. But oh man, we're already back underway, and we're having a battle for the lead now. Jonathan Zorlin, with right now one of the cleanest race cars on the field, he's looking to try to get the lead away from Zachary Fitzwater, which he does. Jonathan Zorlin just took the lead away from Zachary Fitzwater, but Fitzwater, he's not going to take that line down here. Third now is Mitchell Collins with a little bit of front end damage. The last thing we need right now is another caution. And RJ Bishop, he's got that pit road glitch where he's just going to keep coming down pit road. But Jonathan Zorlin, he's going to try to do what he can to run away with that race lead. With the laps, R&D winding down slowly but surely, we're going to crown us a winner. As Stephen Colin, right now, he sits in the 24th position. And I do believe, yes, he's the last car on the lead lap now. But I don't know if Zachary Fitzwater is going to have anything for that number 43. As we now go to the air coverage, as we now have 5 laps to go. And I think we're still going green. Yes, we are. But Jonathan Zorlin, he's going to try to do what he can to hang on to that race lead. Right now, he's trying to use the 88 as a drafting button to try to pull away from that number 4. And RJ Bishop is coming back down onto the track, but luckily he's staying on the low side of the track, so he's not going to jeopardize the leaders right now. We now have 3 laps to go now. Zachary Fitzwater better try to do what he can. And oh man, that's not what he needed to do. He's actually coming down pit road. But now the question is, can Jonathan Zorlin make it to the end of this thing? That's going to give second place over to the 22 of Mitchell Collins now, with teammate Dylan Young right behind him in third. No indication for pit road from the 43 yet, as we're now coming to the white flag. Hopefully this race will end under green, which it will. But now can Zorlin, oh man, can he hang on for just 2 more turns? He is all over the back bumper of that 88. No indication for pit road. Coming out of turns 3 and 4 for the final time here. Winning the Blue-Emu 500. Jonathan Zorlin. He will win this calamity of a race, as he will take home Martinsville. Jonathan Zorlin, oh man, pit strategy jeopardized a possible win for the number 4 here, as the number 43, he will take home the Blue-Emu 500, as Jonathan Zorlin captures his very first SEGA Cup Series victory here at Martinsville. Oh man, what a lot to talk about here in this calamity of a race here. As for, oh man, Blue-Emu 500 race number 8, and this race is indeed in the books. I put Blue-Emo, fail there, but this race is indeed in the books. Jonathan Zorlin had one of the cleanest cars out here on the field here, and unfortunately Jonathan Zorlin capitalized on Zachary Fitzwater's mistake of him having to come down pit road. He could not make it to the end, as he will capitalize here and capture his very first SEGA Cup Series victory. Mitchell Collins and Dylan Young, 2 of the drivers out of Penske's stable, will have to settle for 2nd and 3rd after Danny Wells got caught up in an accident earlier, and that's what made him go out of the race. Cole Daly ends up 4th. James Qualls ends up with a top 5 here today. Cole Deaver with a good finish ends up 6th. Nathan Ormond ends up 7th. Jake Rogers ends up 8th place here after spending majority of the race in the back. Levi McIntyre ends up with the top 10, and Dustin Stoller once again gets yet another top 10 finish here, running very consistently here. Chris Dollerton, the rookie, making his SEGA Cup Series debut, just misses out on a top 10 finish, but he'll have to settle for 11th place. Still not a bad day for Dollerton making his debut. Simon Oscon ends up 12th. Seth Cole ends up 13th. Joshua Osborne 14th. And rounding out the top 15 is Jessica Shelton. Then 16th and 17th we have the Tweenix Racing Stable, McLeod and Poteet. Then we have Allison Rain. Unfortunately, she had a good chance to get a possible win here, but she had to pit before the last caution, so she ends up 18th. Brett Kenningberg ends up 19th in the number 38. Then rounding out the top 20, we have Sky Commons. And of course, we saw Stephen Colin running close to the number 43, getting his lap back, so he will finish as the last driver on the lead lap. Then we have William Brock, Michael Norman, Nathan Hudson, and Matt McIntyre. They were a lap down, end up with a top 25. Then we have Cody Lamas. Unfortunately, he got caught up in all that calamity. Let's see, Aaron Macklin, then Zachary Fitzwater, Brayson Mitchell, and Tim Fiegel actually finishes out in the top 30. Then we have Brandon Krasson 31st with 2 laps down, and RJ Bishop 9 laps down because he got that pit road glitch. Then from 33rd on down to 42nd, we have Charles Sanford, Alex Drayton, Dougie Shears, Christina Bell, Kyle Matthews, Ron Acosta, Steven Gonzalez, Danny Wells, Joshua Mudd, and Alex Ferranti. Well, that's going to do it here for Martinsville race fans. We're not exactly done with the short track racing yet because next week we're going to be live from Richmond Raceway. So congratulations one last time to Jonathan Zorlin for winning the Blue-Emu 500, and we'll see you next time.